So we are having this very special interaction with Mohit Burman of Dabur, who has this time made us wait along. Otherwise, he usually speaks with us once a year, but he's been traveling a lot and, of course, handling a lot of issues at hand. So Mohit, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you for being here.
I was really looking forward for this interaction. But let's start with the main point at hand, the news which has just come in. It has surprised a lot. Mohit Burman and Gaurav Burman's name in FIR on this Mahadev betting app, it is quite surprising.
So this is all malicious. There's no facts to it. We vehemently deny it, and we've issued issued total denial of any of this.
But I was checking out the press release which you put out. First of all, you have never met them. Nothing to do with.
I've never. I don't know any of these gentlemen. I've never met them. I've never placed a bet in my life. So there's no question of any. This is a totally maligned, being set out by the people who are now resisting our takeover of the company.
All right, let's come to that. Yeah. So why do you think anybody would resist your taking over? And this is Religare Enterprises, a different company. Your name and Gaurav's name cropping up in Mahadev betting app issue in FIR are two separate things. You think they are joined?
Absolutely. I mean, this is a way of showing that trying to make us weak on the fit and proper test. But after being in business for 140 years, I mean, in being in businesses that require SEBI, IRD approval, we were the first ones to get an insurance license. I've been a chairman of an insurance company for 20 years. We have a joint venture with 2 public sector banks and a Japanese company. So all these regulatory bodies have already passed our fit and proper test. So where's the question of being questioned on that now?
Okay, Mohit, let's talk about Religare Enterprise. Yeah. You first bought in from the market and then you thought of increasing.
No, we never bought from the market. Okay. I just want to correct that. Sure. Each time we have been there as white knights for the company, and both times we have put money in the pref.
Oh yes,
yeah.
You were part of
the first time in 2018 we put money in the pref before even the existing chairperson was there. And second time also we put in the pref. We led the pref. I can say with a lot of certainty that a lot of other investors came in because we led the pref to sort out the OTS.
Sure.
It's only it is only on the last purchase which we bought from SSG, a very reputable sort of a credit fund.
Yeah, which happened, the block deal which had really happened, and then launched the open offer.
Yes.
So what is your thought? Why do you think the current management is resisting taking over the company controlled by you?
Well, you will have to ask them, because, I mean, when we made the open offer, they sent a letter to the stock exchange welcoming us.
Yes.
And in that letter saying that they will work with us, for a sort of a simple and the best sort of way to move the business, and make it a seamless sort of transition. And then suddenly 2 days later, as soon as we voted the chairperson in, it all went topsy-turvy.
Because I remember speaking to the current management right after this news actually came in, and the idea was that we'll welcome all the shareholders, large shareholders, all of that. So what is the current dialogue you've had with them, apart from what we are reading? Have you had a dialogue with the current management at all?
No, the last dialogue was when we met them just before the open offer. We met the chairperson. She welcomed us. For a few days before, we had told her that we were making an open offer. And then after we voted her back in, then she's gone. She's saying that first her allegation was that the offer we made is a very low ball offer. Yeah. But she and the management sold their shares at that price. So how is it low if you're selling your shares?
And also the price of the open offer. Is a SEBI formula, right? So you don't have any control.
No, and our SEBI formula, we've actually, our price is higher than the SEBI formula. The SEBI formula came to 221 or 222, and we made our offer at 235. So where's the question of making a low ball offer? And also, we think we made a fair offer. Leave it to the shareholders to decide on whether they want to try put their shares in or not. There's no, I mean, it's.
So how do you rate the way the company is being run right now? Where are the areas of potential value locking?
Well, the business. I mean, it has four businesses. Of course, the flagship is the health insurance business. And the other 3 businesses, it's financial services. You require capital to build these businesses up. The company does not have any capital left. So, I mean, I'm surprised that that we're being resisted. As at the end of the day, we will provide capital and the right strategic direction for the business to get to the next level.
So, how do you rate the capital allocation policies at the company? Because I understand that there are certain sections which are talking about the way companies being run in terms of the money be spent and all of that.
Yeah.
How do you analyze all of that issues?
No, I think I think the analysis has to be done by people like you, because as far as we're concerned, we're only highlighting what's happening in the company as yet. You know, I mean, there's Religare at the end of the day is a holding company. It doesn't have any income, but the expenses there are totally disproportionate. So you have to analyze on where all the money is going from there.
And the current management has, of course, there were ESOPs issued in the main company as well as in the subsidiary as well.
Exactly. There were ESOPs issued in the subsidiary company, which was then denied by IRDA, and then again there was another set of ESOPs issued which didn't have to go back to IRDA.
So you see all of these issues which are not in the interest of the shareholders of the company, and that's why. So what is the next plan of action?
So we will continue. We will continue getting our regulatory approvals. So you know, we've already applied to the CCI. That should come in the next few weeks. Then we have SEBI, IRD, and RBI. As I said, you know, we've already met the fit and proper test for most of these regulatory bodies. So I don't see any problem. However, you know, with all these allegations being thrown at us, you know, we're tackling them.
The other point is that a lot of other shareholders, other chunky shareholders, have you interacted with them? Are they okay with your strategy?
We believe that
informally.
Informally, we believe all shareholders are okay and are fine with this.
So why don't we see any shareholder representation?
There's no shareholder representation on the board.
On the board,
yeah,
yes.
You have
so
to ask
I'm very
them.
surprised at that.
Yeah, there's no shareholder representation. All the I think you should actually speak to the other shareholders. All shareholders have been promised seats on the board. There's no one being put on the board. It's being run by a fiefdom.
But you can always move forward now and call for a AGM and appoint your shareholder representation on the board.
Listen,
so is that something?
No, we're decent people. I mean, we're doing everything by the book. So we will continue, you know, getting our approvals and then at the end of the day, the shareholders can decide whether they want to tender their shares into the open offer or not. I mean, you know, all these options of all the other options which you know, can cause any sort of kind of problems to the acquisition, we are not looking at those.
Because you wouldn't want value destruction of shareholders,
no,
right?
of
The
course
idea
not.
is to create value, not to destroy value.
Of course. This is why I'm surprised that after welcoming us, that behavior has become like this.
Sure. But you are open for amicably sitting together, putting together and
yes, of course. I mean, at the end of the day, it has to be a win-win situation for both parties. So
the next line of action from you would be?
No, my next line of action is, as I said, I'm waiting for the regulatory approvals, and we will go with those. Once we get those, we will continue with the open offer, and hopefully we'll reach to a settlement with the management and board sooner than later.
Sure. So you are hopeful of reaching a settlement shortly,
I'm sure.
when all the regulatory bodies also give you nods. That's something very interesting. Let's talk about the bigger picture. How do you see the intrinsic value of Religare Enterprises after all it has gone through? The current management also have really pursued a one-time settlement. That was a big positive. All of that, the legacy issues are behind it now. What are the potential of this company with the current businesses right now, in your view, which can be extracted in the right efficiency if they are achieved over the next 3 to 5 years?
Well, see, the businesses in their own way have their inherent strengths. You know, they have a broking business, they have a lending business, which still has a fraud tag, and it needs a promoter to come in for that fraud tag to go away. So there's something that we could add value to. It also has a housing finance business, which is small. So all of these businesses to be scaled if they need to be scaled up, require capital. I mean, the broking business, you see what's happening in the broking area today. Everything is going, you know, on the net. All these new companies, are taking market share from the older ones. So we have to transform that business as well. So we will allocate capital. We will get the right management. If the management is there already, we will keep them. You know, we don't change people unless. If they're capable, so that's what we provide.
What about Care Health? That is seen as the biggest diamond in that entire haystack, if I can call it. And people say that the 60 to 70% of Religare Enterprises value actually is housed under Care Health.
Yeah.
Well, how do you see the growth over there? What kind of value unlocking potential does it hold?
Health insurance will continue to grow. Obviously, all health insurance companies have had a good run because due to COVID and because of COVID. So I see growth there continuing, and Care has a very capable management. So I see that business will continue to be the mainstay of Religare. But the other businesses have potential to be scaled up. So we will look at doing that as well.
So we saw the template of acquisition of a stress asset and the attempt to turn it around, make it more efficient and scalable by you or the group or the earlier as well, in the case of Everready.
Yes.
So are you aiming at replicating the same kind of template here as well?
Yes, because at the end of the day, what did we do in Everready? We never changed the board. We never changed the management. It's the existing CEO and the same board. All we did was supplement the board and provide the management with a good second layer of people who might have not joined Everready before, but joined them because the Burman family are in control. And now the results are showing. We got a strategic advisor, Bain, to come and give us the next, what to do next. And you will see the results yourself. So
one quick question on that as well. Market is patiently waiting. When would the big scale up happen at Everready? Be it distribution or product lineup? Numbers start capturing all of that. So if you could give a roadmap.
So the distribution setup has already been taken care of. We had too many distributors, having very little ticket sizes. We've rationalized that. We are the leader in zinc batteries. Now we're putting up a plant to fight Duracell in the alkaline business. We are providing capital to put up a new plant. And in our lighting business and in our rechargeable flashlight business, we are advertising. We are putting more ad pro even in the battery business. Even today, if you go, in Bombay, Delhi, Calcutta, we've got hoardings. We are on television, and Bain is advising us on what new categories to enter maybe after a year or two.
So you mean why I'm asking you this is because there's because of the major revolution happening in reach of power, electricity across the country. The new category FMEG is bursting at the seams, right? And category, widening of category offerings was something Everready lacked so far.
Yeah.
So do you think in the next 3 to 5 years it could, a kind of a Havells or kind of a FMEG player could emerge?
No, so of course that is the intention, but we have to be very careful in what categories we enter, because I still want Everready to be a B2C business, which we are good at running. All our businesses are B2C business. So and plus we want to get into categories which now are not so don't have very strong sort of players.
Early stage.
Yeah.
So which are those categories?
No, so it's difficult for me to say, because at this point of time, Bain is advising on that. So maybe.
But category product expansion is on cards.
Absolutely,
that's something.
Absolutely. In the next financial year, you'll see us entering into a new category.
Excellent. What about the main cash cow of the group, which is Dabur? How's that doing? Because it has been kind of lagging because of feeble volumes on the rural side. But early signs show that things are
absolutely. The rural market is already showing that, historically over the last couple of years, as you mentioned, there was a lot of downgrading, and a lot of people were moving to unbranded. There was because of the inflation. Now that is being taken care of, and we are getting our market shares back. Also, the rural market will continue to now get back. So I see the next few quarters of good growth.
So you expect volumes to come back to much higher levels than what they are currently?
See, we have a very large product portfolio. So historically, our volumes of our healthcare division went up quite a lot because of COVID. That is kind of tapered. But now our food and beverage as well as our personal care business is showing the growth.
Mohit, personally, you also have a investor's bent of mind. I mean, you scan the environment and you look for opportunities where not only capital but management bandwidth can add value and create some value. So how are you analyzing the investing landscape here in India right now?
Well, I see, India, if you look at it globally, India has the most growth potential. So I think there's lots of opportunities, the more startups, the D2C businesses. But at this point of time, you can see my hands are full.
Clearly, I can see that. But have you analyzed, the strength and weaknesses, or I'm sure you would have done a SWOT analysis of the Religare Enterprises before doing the open offer. How much time do you think, if this matter is settled in a few months or weeks, however time it may take, then your team will get directly into it and help the company? Because the categories this company is operating in has a lot of tailwind, and all businesses are cyclical. They may not last very long also. So you may have few quarters or years of kind of a time window as well. Be it NBFC is cyclical, broking is cyclical, insurance is a little more kind of structural. So time is also a factor.
No, as I said, you have to adapt these businesses to change. As I mentioned, broking business is already undergoing change. Now, of course, these businesses have been, have been there for a long time. So they have been starved of capital. So maybe they haven't had that type of growth. So not only will we provide capital to grow it, but you have to then adapt to change, make it, make it more online. I don't know. These are the things that we'll have to look at what's possible.
What model will you adopt? The things get settled, will you get in a consultant to work on it?
Absolutely, yeah. So the intention will be to get we generally what we do is we usually get an external consultant. We work with the existing management. We don't do anything, and then we see that what are the areas of growth and how we can supplement the management with more people. So
the idea is that the way some of the peer sets are growing, if I take a average broking company, very high growth right now. NBFCs are seeing 20-30% growth. They are raising guidances. Insurance, of course, MSME. You think this company can get back to a 25-30% annual kind of a growth in next 2-3 years?
Well, I hope so. I'm sure it can. I mean, as I said, one will have to internally sort of evaluate where these businesses are at this point of time. But I don't see why they can't in 2 or 3 years reach that growth, given the right impetus.
All right, Mohit, thank you very much for your time, and thanks for addressing all the concerns of the market. The stock has witnesses a bit of a beating because, of course, people got confused what exactly is happening. But Burman standing by, Religare Enterprises shareholders, I'm sure things will get sorted very soon. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Guys, with that, it's back to you.